Thanks so much for joining me for my May favorites. We have some very predictable items, but also some things I haven't talked about yet. So starting with a couple of things that are very new to me, but I wanted to mention them because when you see the Get Ready With Me, you will see that my dark spots look a lot better than they did even a week ago. And it's because of this that I've just started using. This does claim that you will get results quite quickly. So this is by Dermalogica. So I am willing to look at any price point to see anything that can help with these dark spots that I can do at home. So this is a powerbright dark spot peel, and I bought them together. It comes in a kit. I think you can buy them separately too. And this is the powerbright dark spot serum. And the reason I thought this was extra interesting is because, let me just see here. It says here, powerbright dark spot peel helps visibly lift surface pigmentation in a wide range of skin tones and types, including melanin rich and hyperpigmentation prone skin. So I have hyperpigmentation prone skin because of my skin type. So anytime I get like a little blemish, it creates a scar that lasts for many weeks. So I really wanted to address that. Of course, I wanted to try it up here as well. I am seeing quite a difference quite quickly compared to other things that I've used. Now, it'll be interesting to see long-term benefits. Like I said, I've been trying this for a week. It says it works together to lift and fade dark spots, reduces triggers of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, like this blemish here, and it's tested on oh my gosh. It says it is tested on hyperpigmentation prone skin and a wide range of skin tones. Because of my particular type of skin tone, I think that's why it's been harder than it typically is to get rid of dark spots. And one of the reasons why I have such long-lasting dark spots is because of my skin type. So I was really interested in that, and that's why I was willing to give it a try. Plus they have here in their demonstration is a woman who looks Asian. So to me, that means they thought about my skin type specifically for this. So let me know if you've tried it. But so far I am really impressed with the results we'll see long term, like I said, but they are results like I haven't seen before with other products I've used. Also, it might be the stage where my dark spots are now that we would see more rapid results because it's less and less every time. Let me know if you've tried it, I'm curious. Okay, so that is one thing that I haven't talked about yet because it's so new to me, but I have been using it in the month of May. It's right at the end of May now that I'm filming this. I get questions about these nails all the time. So I am strictly an Hermes nail polish fan at this point. This is an 01. It's still got that nice watery consistency to it, which I love. I think that's why it goes on so evenly. Because it's not a thick polish. I think it's when it's a thicker polish, it's actually really hard to make it even and to dry evenly. So this and then the top coat. I haven't used the base coat yet, but I really love these, and that's what I've been wearing on my nails pretty much in every video. I have a red shade as well, but I do use this one more often than not. I figure if I save money on getting my nails done at a salon, which I do not get my nails done at the salon, I do them myself, and I usually feel like I do a pretty good job. Plus I wear them short, so it makes it a lot easier. Then for the face, what did I go in with? Oh, I went in with this mattifying primer first by Chanel because I've been using it with other looks and also in real life here in the background. And as it gets warmer, it's really important for me to address this center part first, which can get nice and oily in the summer. Not that it can't get oily at other times, but it's especially oily in the summer, and then the heat just melts makeup. So this has been a really nice addition, especially now. It mattifies, it smooths, it makes makeup even better. Then I went in with the eye concealer by Chanel. I still love this. I definitely need a new one. I know I say that all the time, but I've really been down to the last drop here. So that's very rare that I would have this much of an empty on anything. And this is in the shade 40, so I'm due for a new one. And then I went in with just a little bit of this Jones Road. It's so nice. It's a very imperceptible. I can't even tell I have it on. If I didn't know I put on makeup, I wouldn't see the actual product. I can see the result though. So it's not like I didn't put anything on. It just evens and blurs without covering up the skin, which is a really hard product, I think, to find, because usually you see particles of pigment or whatever is creating the color in here. on the skin, but this just melds so nicely. It feels like skincare. It's a hybrid product between a foundation and like a tinted moisturizer product. So it's a little bit more than a tinted moisturizer, but a little bit less than a foundation. So I don't have products that really fall into that category. Something like the Future Skin by Chantecaille would be comparable to this. They are very similar. I've yet to try them side by side, but that's the kind of product this reminds me of. So if you read the directions on this, which I still wish I had the card, but it talks about oily skin types might not love this because it's moisturizing. So they suggest the face pencil, which is what I used for the center of my face. So I just applied this on the exterior and then went in with a face pencil. I'll talk about that in a minute. So for oily skin, you may want to avoid this because it is so nice and moisturizing, and I know in the center of my face I really don't need any more moisture. So today, because I have combo skin, it did suggest to apply it without moisturizer. So I skipped moisturizer altogether. I just went in with my serums and then went in with this on the exterior. And this is in the shade medium. It's a lovely shade match for me. It looks a little bit light and a little bit warm, but because it's so sheer, it just melds beautifully. So instead of a foundation for the center, I went in with their face pencil, and they have different colors like I've said before. I used Light Peach, the neutralizer pencil, for my dark spots here in the center, as well as on my chin. I've got that little scar from that blemish there, and also right on my chin, just because I can get a little bit of gray there, and on my, not my upper lip, but like right here under my nose. Is that your upper lip? Where if I had a mustache, I would have a mustache there, that area. This is shade 9, and this one is not nearly as peachy, so I used this one right next to my nose and then on my broken capillaries. So I just used Light Peach and number 9 today in the center of my face. Now, in order to bring that all together, I used this to set, which is the Clé de Peau powder. So lovely, so finely milled. I set my under eye area with it as well. I did forget to say my eye concealer is the Chanel, but I also used a bit of the Camoflauge Stylo in that darkest area. And then I used this with a little, I think it was the 202, one of these BK Beauties. I just went under the eye really lightly with this powder and set with this powder. So that's how finely milled this is, that I will apply it under the eye when I don't apply powder under the eye really ever. But if there is a powder I will apply there, it's this. So I wanted to show you that in case you were interested in that, because I wanted to pull it together even more with a little bit more color and then just additionally smooth and color correct. I went in with Perfect Blur Powder by Chantecaille all over. So I think it just brought everything together. I think I talked about in the Get Ready With Me that I feel like this product, the number 9 Valentino, is now part of my base makeup. That's how much I use it. So I like to get a nice base down. It's not always a heavy duty base, like in this case, it's a very lightweight base. And then powder and set. But then before I do anything else with color, in terms of blush, bronzer, that kind of thing, I want to put this on. In terms of base products, I've started to include this in that category of base products because I feel like if I do this step, then I can use any blush and it'll look really lovely, and I don't have to worry about the contrast between the front of my face and the blush. Sometimes if I go in with something more bold with blush, I don't want to bring it all the way up to the front because to me that's a little bit too much blush, but I still want to even this area out first before I add other blush. I hope that makes sense. So it's more of like a base product to me now, in terms of not base foundation, but as a foundational, oh gosh, how can I say this? It is a foundational step, not a foundation step. This is an everyday thing regardless of the kind of makeup I'm doing, just because I feel like it really marries this part and this part of my face together. I'll show you in the demo, so hopefully it makes more sense there. And then we went in with the Jones Road Brow Pencil, which I love, such a quick and easy application, along with the brow gel in light, these are both in light brunette, the gel and the pencil. And I also went in with a little bit of the Babyblade right here by Victoria Beckham. It works really nicely with this. This one is in dark brown. I needed to fix this a little bit, so I was able to add a little bit of more strategic placement there instead of going in with this, which is really nice, but it's not as strategic as something like this. This is very precise. So I used those 3 brow products today. For eyes, I love a good one and done, and I have been loving this one in particular because it's just cooler. So Brun Talpa is the one I used today, and I have just dropped it. Hold on, hopefully it is still in one piece. But I feel like it will be in one piece because it's creamier in its texture. So let's see, oh yeah, it is, it's in one piece still. So this is Quartz Fume, and this is Brun Talpa. And I have been using Brun Talpa more because it's cooler and I prefer cooler shades on me, but I think this is still beautiful. I just have been pulling for this one more often than not. Lovely one and done. I think it just is enough without being too much, which is my speed of makeup right now. I just want just enough makeup. Kind of evens out that eye area and also adds just a little bit of dimension without having to add lots of makeup. Oh, by the way, this is a dress. It's the one from Anthropologie. That's one of their best sellers, but I don't think they have it in white anymore. I've had this for many years, and I still wear it. I love it. It's fully lined. So I will leave this dress below or here. By the way, these are shoppable links that you see popping up here. I've had questions. They're the same thing as the affiliate links that I list in the description box below, except this is more convenient, or should be more convenient for you, because you can see right away what it is without having to go to this description box. And one thing that happens when you go to the description box is when you click on that, then you exit the video. So then you have to come back to the video. So this should be more convenient in that you can see the product. I think you can see the price too, so you can decide whether you want to click on it or not. That gives you a little bit more information. And it also allows you to continue watching the video. I think the video gets minimized and you can go to the site so you can still see the video, look at the product, and then I think you can come back to the video if you are no longer interested in the product. I think you can click also. I tried to click off. So try clicking I think there's dots or something, like a little X over in this area somewhere that you can click, and then it will minimize that, or I think get rid of the image altogether if you don't want it. But it's supposed to be more convenient to be able to continue watching the video. I used to put images here. I wish they would allow us to put the image here. So if I could talk to anyone at YouTube, I would love to just put a square image of the product here, and then you could click it or not click it. But that way it's not interfering. But I've started to scoot back from the camera because I know that now you've given me feedback that it can be covering my face sometimes, so I'm trying to sit further back. Long story short, these are also affiliate links. I know so many of you are so great about trying to make sure that you use affiliate links to support this channel if that's what you choose to do. So you always ask me if it's an affiliate link, or you'll ask me for one if you want one. So I really, really appreciate it. It makes a huge difference. But these are also affiliate linked products, so I may get a commission if you click on that product and purchase something. So same thing. It's just here. Anyway, this dress is something I continue to wear year after year after year. So I keep my clothes forever and I wear them over and over. And I think you see the same things in the videos because that's all I wear. I just wear the same things over until I find something that becomes part of the routine. But that's how you know I love something. You see it over and over again. Let's continue. Speaking of things that I love over and over again, the CdP Concealer, this one. Of course I used this today, not on my face, but in the exterior corners of my eyes. This is in Honey. I don't know when this will never be part of a favorite. It would have to be something pretty phenomenal to replace this, because I don't know anything that can do what this does with the SPF. So still love it. But like I said, with the Jones Road, I want to find other things in case you've tried CdP or it doesn't work for you, or you're just looking for something different. Hopefully I'm able to provide you options. Speaking of options, I love, as you know, the Chantecaille Fossé Longest Lash. That is going to be a favorite of mine. Again, I will be surprised if that ever gets replaced by another product. But in addition to Tower 28 mascara, I love this too. I have been using this more. I took this out to use with a look. I think it was one of the Hermes palettes, and I tried it on and I thought, why have I not been using this? I don't know if it was a newer mascara. You know, when mascaras are new, sometimes they're not to the performance that they would be at after maybe a couple of weeks. But you let me know that you have this and it was consistent from the beginning. So I don't know. But I do think it's an amazing mascara. It stays in place, doesn't flake, it doesn't smudge. I can build this up pretty well, but I think past like 4 layers, it starts to get a little bit unruly, so I would stop there. I think it looks beautiful at 2 layers. But if you really want to build it up, I think Chantecaille is still a better bet. But if you just want nice defined lashes without having to add a lot of layers, like a lot of the Prestige mascara is like that, where it's like so little payoff for so long until you get maybe 5 coats on there. This is great, like 2 coats in. It's really beautiful. So I have this in black. I have it in another color too. I can't even remember what color, but it comes in other colors as well. Lovely. Of course, I used Trench today under the eye because it just neutralizes that area where I get redness. It helps the concealer not to gather there because I have those diagonal lines. Still love this, still use that. And then I went in with one of my Chanel palettes, and out of the 2 that I have right now, which is medium rose gold, is one of them. And then my other one that I have been using is medium coral, because I've been using both of them. The one I've been using more is medium rose gold. One of the reasons is it's more golden. And then the coral is really vibrant. I love it as a bronzer product because I think it has the most beautiful sun-kissed look to it when you swirl them all together. But for day to day, this is what I've been using, medium rose gold, because it does have a more golden tone to it, especially in this lovely product here, which is more like a glow. It's less of a highlighter, which I love, but it's more like I've said before, an ambient lighting powder almost. And then this is a really pretty blush. It has a golden tone to it, so it's a nice pop of color right here. It's got a sun-kissed element because of the gold in there as well, and then swirling them together is also beautiful. But I prefer to use these more separately. It's a nice, easy product to use. You have so much in here, and I just use this to make my skin look healthier. So before this step, you'll see that it looks quite, well, it looks quite light to begin with, but it doesn't look as vibrant as it looks with this product on. Not vibrant in a way that's like bright, but vibrant in a way that's like gives my skin life. That description of vibrant versus like color vibrant, more like dimension vibrant. But it makes it look like my skin is healthy. There's a glow to it, like I've been in the sun. It's beautiful, so I love this one. I'm trying to get my hands on light coral right now, but I'm watching it. It's still not in stock, but I will pick it up when it comes back into stock, and then I'll have the 3. I think that might be enough, but some of you let me know that you've gone with the other colors as well, and those are lovely, so who knows? We might end up with all 5 at some point. I should just, when Chanel comes out with something, I should just buy all of the shades, because that is essentially what happens. All of the eyeshadow palettes I ended up going through over time. I've gone through pretty much all of their blushes. So I feel like when they launch something, I should just get the whole thing. Only is that I feel like that's so wasteful, because if I don't love it, then I've just purchased all of that. But in this case, I love the products, which is why I've got now, I'll have 4 eyeshadows soon. I have another one that just came in, but I do also want to try them first, like one of them first, to see if you even like it. So that is where I get stuck between. Do I get one or do I get all? Because if sometimes I eventually end up with all. Do let me know when something comes out from Chanel. Do you want to see all of them, or do you just want to see one? I'd love to know, because that will help me make my decision next time something new comes out. Speaking of something new, I just remembered I've been using this fragrance, the Ellis Brooklyn Myth Eau de Parfum, and I forgot to put it on the Get Ready With Me. It's really lovely. It's great for this time of year. It's not heavy. It's got a freshness about it, but also a clean scent. Like, I don't want to say soap, but it has that kind of just out of the shower scent to it that I really like. Yeah, there's nothing heavy about it on me. I really like that it is a fresh and clean scent. So I wanted to mention that because I've been using it. And you know me, I don't use fragrance all the time, but I've been pulling for that. And the other one that I pull for around this time is Basilico and Fellini. And I'll put that somewhere here. I'll list it below. That's another one that I've been pulling for. It smells like basil. It's what it smells like. Or like tomato, if you like tomato leaf, that kind of scent, it smells like that. It's really refreshing, and I always get compliments on that one as well. But this one is Myth by Ellis Brooklyn. Yeah, let me know if you want more fragrance videos, because I feel like I'm getting into fragrance again, and I kind of took a break from it. But I do love niche fragrances, so let me know. And of course, I used the DYSON Airstrait for this hair today, and then I used a DYSON Airwrap just to get this little bit of bend in it. I do use both of the products. I think they're so great. But I think key to the hair is the Superfine Hairspray by ORIBE. If you have my type of hair and you are using the DYSON Airstrait and you want something to help just keep everything in place if you are in a more humid climate, this might be really nice, because if you have this heavy kind of hair that doesn't like a lot of product, this is the only hairspray I will use, because it is super fine, as it says, and it doesn't weigh my hair down. It still still allows it to move. So I will apply that, but then I'll also go in, if I've accidentally applied too much, I will go in with my Mason Pearson brush, which has a lot of hair in it, so I'm not going to show it to you. I'll put a picture of it or something, or I will link it below, but it's the one with a white handle because this is the detangler. But I will run that through my hair even after I've sprayed this to get some of that movement back, but also to maintain in terms of frizz that may happen because of humidity. That's when I'll add a little bit of the hairspray depending on the weather. I feel like it was a quick look today, but I've been talking for a long time, so that makes me think I added more product than I really think I did. Just a few more things here with the lip. So I went in with the lip liner in Rose Framboise by Chanel. And I'm looking not at the camera because I can't find it. I had it. Nope. Here's the cap to it. Here it is. I found it. So I've got here the Longwear lip pencil. It is nice and long wear. I went to eat something after this, used a napkin, and there was still some color left, so it wears really evenly. But I also went on top of this with a Rouge Coco Balm. So I've really been enjoying these because I took them out again really to play around with them for another look. It was Natural Charm. I went in with this one. I used this in the peach look. And I just went over it with this to add some moisture back and also just take it down a notch. It's very vibrant, this lip liner, but that way if you, again, have more color to your lips naturally and you want to use a more sheer formula like the Rouge Coco Balm, going in with something that will even out the skin tone first, like a lip liner, like this one, does a really nice job, and then I can go ahead and add that. And like I said, as the color wears away, it doesn't completely wear away, it stays for a little while, so then I can go in with a balm and reapply this and not have to reapply the lip liner, but I can reapply this and it still looks really lovely. So that's one way around wearing a more colorful lip, but it being low maintenance is to just refresh with the balm. Oh, and just to keep it casual when we go out this evening for dinner, I'm going to put my Adidas Sambas on with it. Yeah, I think it'll be a little bit more casual with this dress and a little sportier. So I love those Sambas with everything. That is it for my May favorites. So let me know what you have been loving in the month of May. I would love to know. That is it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well if you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.